Happy Tuesday. This is Encased, a sci-fi post-apocalyptic RPG, as it says there right on the screen. The continue is no big deal, because that was just to test stuff to make sure everything was working. As far as settings go, let me know if the music or other sounds in the game are too loud or too low. Although I don't think we're going to be able to do too much if it's too low. Yeah, I can make adjustments there. But anyway, let's start a new game, see how it goes. So I really don't know much about this game. So these are the difficulty levels. I did look at this real quick. This is kind of interesting. So we've got story, relaxing mode for those who do not like complexity and play for the sake of the plot. Medium difficulty mode for those who just want to focus on exploring the game world. Classic hard mode for those who have been playing RPGs for a long time and love challenges. Blah. Hey NF, welcome back. You can't hear me. Well, I can shut up. I can mute myself. I can just talk to nobody for all day. And we have tactics. Very challenging mode for those who want to test their skills in numerous turn-based battles. What's the more details thing? Hard mode for those who the at death's door status does not have a cooldown. Okay. Enemies deal 30% less damage. Your group has 25% more health. Each miss of your character in your group covertly increases accuracy of the next attack by 30%. Each miss of your group. So does that mean when they miss us, or when they miss them? Or we miss them? Journey. Death's Door doesn't have a cooldown. Enemies deal 50% less damage. Your characters in your group have 50% more health. Characters always goes first in battle. Enemies never dodge attacks. Okay. Each miss of your character covertly increases accuracy of the next attack by 30%. Again, I'm guessing that's every time you miss, you get an increased chance to hit. That's what I'm guessing. Hunger, thirst, and fatigue increase twice as slowly over time. You carry 50 kilograms more. I don't know what I'm doing here. We'll do classic. We're not newbies to this kind of stuff, so we'll do classic.
1970.
As he dies within a month. Oh.
We woke up in a different world.
Voiced.
Where the Cold War ended along with the Vietnam carnage. All because of the Dome. The Dome. A territory full of anomalous artifacts, phenomena, and organisms. We still don't know what it is. An alien city? Some kind of a testing ground or storage? Whatever it is, no living thing trapped under the Dome can escape it. Yet even this did not stop the research. The major powers created the Cronus Mega Corporation to develop and explore the Dome. Its secrets became a lucrative business. The Spires station was built on top of the Dome to export the artifacts and import supplies and personnel. The city of Crystal Sands grew at the foot of the Dome, eventually becoming a major transportation hub. All this required thousands of employees, and there was no shortage of candidates. Romantics, pragmatists, and adventurers of all trades swarmed recruiting centers around the globe, seeking jobs at Cronus. You were one of those people. In 1976, your application was approved, and you went under the Dome towards the future. Whether a good one or a bad one, only time will tell.
NF, thanks for all the gift subs there. Unfortunately, we're not going to pop up on screen because we have some type of connection issue with Streamlabs. Don't know what it is, but anyway, NF, thank you very much for the gift subs. Looks like, what, 5? Best I can tell, it's 5. So anyway, NF, thank you for gift subs there. So, who are the lucky people? Nikatos got a gift sub. Ramos got a gift sub. Blue Lion got a gift sub. Phobio is Z. Phobio, I don't know how to pronounce that, but thank you for the being here. Congratulations on the gift sub. And the Death Source, you got a gift sub as well. And just gifted another sub to Alderain. So thank you again for the gift sub, NF. Appreciate it. Okay, so characters. So okay, so we have different characters to choose from. We can edit a character, or we can create our own character. Of course we're going to create our own character. Why wouldn't we? Introduction. Welcome to the character creation screen, where you create a protagonist to plunge into the adventures under the dome. To begin, choose the name of your character, select the wing in which they work their portrait, and then adjust their physical appearance. Proceed. So age. Can be old. Gender, male. I don't even know what's accurate. These look nothing like me, just so we're clear. Caucasian, close enough. Hair. There's no hair here. You can't spend. Oh, that's just a buzz cut. That's what it's. Well, it's a little bit. Nah, it's not really that close. Hair color. So hair color doesn't change the beard stuff. So hair color features. I'm guessing that that's the beard. This is important stuff too. I'll go there. Hair color. It's not really changing the color of the beard, is it? Oh, that's because of that's a separate color. Not gray. We'll do that. Okay, so Cronus. What? So, Cronus Wings. Every person deserves a second chance, especially those willing to make amends for their crimes by working. Blah, blah. Custom portraits. Do we have custom portraits? We do not have custom portraits. So that means we're going to get stuck with one of these. None of them look like my character. That one? It's kind of close-ish. Never made a smile like that in my life. Okay, so Orange Wing. Blah, blah, blah. Orange Wing was created especially for these people. Its employees are everywhere, providing every kind of domestic service, from cleaning and delivery to manufacturing and construction. There's a lot of work to be done under the dome, and every employee in the Orange Wing will find a way to make their own contribution. So deafness +1, encumbrance +30, criminal +20. Immoral but practical, the skill allows you to take other people's things and penetrate restricted areas. Base defense, or deafness +fortune. Survival. So I'm guessing this is background. Okay. Wings. Cronus is divided into wings. These 5 departments are engaged in different activities. Choosing a wing affects the background of your character, starting an attribute, blah, blah, blah. Figured that out. So, brains, high-tech weapons, medicine, science, and biochemical resistance. Blue Wing. Guts, learn ability, melee weapons, contraptions, and tech. Silver Wing. Charisma, skill points per level. Psionics, influence. Black Wing. Muscle, fortitude, heavy weapons, hand-to-hand, melee weapons, and piloting. Using the most powerful weapons and advanced military equipment, the employees of the Black Wing protect humanity from the myriad hazards. Black Wing's command is made up of the best officers from the most highly trained armies in the world, who coordinate their subordinates to provide maximum security for everyone. There's orange again.
Hello everyone. My name is Veronica and welcome to Gimpy's Twitch channel. If you are enjoying what you are watching, please click the follow button in the lower right corner of the video screen. That way you will be notified by Twitch when Gimpy goes live. You can also follow Gimpy over on Twitter at GimpyKnee. He tweets out there when he goes live and will more than likely follow you back. Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching. Happy Tuesday. So, all this stuff. So, learnability gives you more experience. Skill points per level. Number of skill points earned for each new level. Base 10 plus brains. Calculation results in parentheses are taken if they're greater than or equal to 0. Psionics, ability of the mind, often thought of as supernatural. These include the ability to make near-future predictions, to sense the presence of nearby relics, and to interact with the forefathers' machinery. It might be interesting. Influence reflects how well your tongue serves you and manipulate the situation into your advantage. Let's go that route. Let's go the silver way. Attributes. Each character in the game has a set of attributes, basic physical or mental characteristics. The higher the attribute value, the greater the advantage in certain situations, and the higher the initial level of secondary characteristics and skills associated with the attribute proceed. Oh my god. At least there's a different selection of a nice selection of stuff. So charisma, psyche, fortune, brain. Some of those brains. Action points, maximum saved action, skill points per level. Guts, constitution, stamina, over our health. So I'm guessing this stuff's gonna move around as we change the attributes. So perception we'll keep there. Guts. Low intelligence dialogue. If during character creation the brain stat is set to values of 1 or 2, the protagonist will be incapable of meaningful dialogue. Often this leads to unexpected results. Some quests become unavailable, while in others new options get unlocked. Relations with characters change as well. When communicating with an intellectually challenged protagonist, some of them might show their hidden side. So basically, you can, if you make yourself stupid enough, you'll get different reaction. We're like borderline, apparently. Definite. Dexterity, reaction time, fortune. Try to be a little bit more smarter. Just a little bit more smarter. You'd think with somebody with the high psyche and charisma might be a little bit smarter than that. Perception. Awareness, intuition, environmental sensitivity, effects, and initiative, learning ability, precision, motivation. Okay, so we want this. High-tech weapon violence skill. In addition, high perception gives a chance to notice something hidden and evaluate the characteristics of people just by looking at them. Guts. Accept points, regeneration, converts, blah, blah, blah. Well, you are a YouTube influencer before YouTube. What? What are you talking about? Deafness. Dexterity reaction time. I'm sure we'll be fine. So does this actually change skills? It does change skills. So authority and stuff. Okay. Let's see how this goes. I'm sure it'll be fine. Tag skills. In Encased, characters have a variety of skills that reflect their prowess in specific areas, be it handling different types of weapons, applying medicine, or repairing equipment. We recommend choosing 2 applied and 1 combat skill. But you may select 3 skills as your tag skills. This will add additional 30 points to each tag skill. To tag a skill, click on the star icon left of its name. 2 applied and 1 combat skill. So psionics, I mean, that's what he's supposed to be doing, right? Oh, look at that. It has all kinds of points to it when you do that. Let's see what our applied stuff is. Piloting, medicine, tech, science, criminal, influence, and survival. We already have decent influence. Let's check. Oh, I think this is what they mean by that. Criminal. Science. Under the dome, you never know where the ability to clone a hamster may come in handy, but there's no doubt that a passing knowledge of biology. It's only 15. Medicine is 15. Survival. It's hard to overestimate the importance of the skill for those wishing to live a long life. The ability to assess danger and avoid it is useful both in wilds as the desert and the mysterious catacombs of the forefathers. Base guts times 2. Medicine? Let's do medicine. You can never go wrong with medicine. And then combat. Psionics. Why wouldn't it be psionics? So phase shift. Active ability. Psychokinetic Psi Glove ability. Damage 40% plus 5% times Psyche. Teleports the target within a 15 meter radius. Does not affect large targets that occupy more than 1 square meter. Castling. Stuff fatigue. Swap places with the target within a radius of 15 meters. Does not affect large objects. Cryostasis. Immobilize the target for 1 round, but restores 25% of its health and makes it invulnerable for 1 round. So it's kind of a heal-ish thing. Ignite. Reduces the target's evasion by -30 and ignites it for 3 rounds. Target's energy resistance is decreased by 15% for 3 rounds. Sure, so we're going to be lighting things on fire. Medicine, so restore 70% of actual health for first aid, or with first aid. Influence, barter, ability to trade. The cost to purchase items is reduced by 0.1% for each skill point. And then charm, the ability to elicit trust and emotional closeness from your interlocutor. Sure, sounds fine. Traits. In creating a character, you can choose 1 personality trait for them. It has both pros and cons and is entirely optional. In case you created a character with low intelligence, 1 more additional trait named as a bag of hammers will be added automatically. That's messed up. Traits. Gun fanatic. Saltieri. Work hard to take by force what is given to others from birth. You even succeed somewhat, but no matter blah blah blah. Dark Lord. Pentinent Loan. You and your friends survive many troubles, but it's not so lucky. Somewhere up blah blah. It seems to you that the dome itself is been saturated with spirituality. Swagger. Vampire. Fatigue -40 when killing an enemy. Stunned for next round. You were struck by a poorly researched mental disorder that occurs only under the dome, named psychoporphyria, whatever. When you kill someone, you experience an unusual surge of vigor, but you also fall into a delirium for a few seconds and pay no attention to what is happening around you. So you get fatigue back. Interesting. Redneck. You grew up on a farm in years of daily physical labor. You rarely found time to develop as a person. Guts +4, perks rate +1. Neanderthal. You are a true that makes total sense as a psychic person. Dark Lord. Damage +20% for each companion in the party. Companion learn ability -20. You think of yourself as the Dark Lord and your companions as a necessary retinue to foil and dumb minions. They are in no hurry to dissuade you of this. Learn ability. Amount of experience gained. So this is actually a reduction in how much you learn. So I think that would be bad. Thrill Seeker. Bossy. Here's charisma bonus. Malbrance is increased though. Let's reduce that stuff. Intuition, perception, initiative, save AP, action points, slowpoke, prodigy, brains. Graduate from use at age 11 and can describe your genius in 20 languages. There are few things you do not understand on Earth, and as soon as you learned about the dome, you happily decided to go there. You're exceptionally smart, but you know so much that when interacting with the world, you get only half the experience. Oof. So, you don't pick as much experience. You get bigger brains, but yeah. Slacker. Skill points per level. Ouch. Perk points +2 at the start of the game. Skill points -3 when leveling up. Don Quixote. Oh god. Starting action points and action points +1 in servo shell. Starting action points and action points -1 with no servo shell on. What's a servo shell? You always felt like a descendant of a glorious knightly family. Because your body seems to be made for heavy armor, though without it, you feel like a fish out of water. Oh, so we'd have to wear heavy armor? That's not going to work real well because, you know, he's not real strong. I don't think wearing heavy armor is going to help him. We're going to want stuff that boosts his charisma or his psyche if we can get that. So charisma or psyche. Or you can just go in the gun fanatic too. So this is you don't take as much damage. Penitent 1. Light weapons, contraption, psionics, so you get all kinds of fun. You and your friends survived many troubles, but some were not so lucky. Now you are torn apart by a colossal feeling of guilt over the deaths of your comrades, and it seems to you that the drone itself has been saturated with it. So you take more critical damage. Gentle art of making holes in people from discipline. So we're better at doing that kind of stuff? That's what it looks like. That might be good. Spirituality. Oh, there we go. Take less damage. Mechanical resistance. More advanced trouble, but thinking about the unearthly makes you feel aversion to violence. That doesn't sound fun. Oh, generation. The amount of hit points that the body recovers in 24 hours. Resilience, fortitude. It's negative physical statuses. Why not redneck? Why not redneck? Guts 4. So that's more like health. Perks rank 1. Grew up on a farm, and years of daily physical labor made you tougher, but digging through the dung day by day, you really found time to develop as a person. Guts. Our guts are currently 7, so that would give us up to what, 11? And I reduced guts to get more brains. So we could take this down even another point and go back up to 10. We go redneck. And then take another point of brains. We could do that. Go redneck. So guts +4, perks +1. Number of levels to get a new perk point. Oh. That may not be a good idea. Whatever perk points are good for, I'm guessing are going to be based off of the little skills things we got. So that's probably not a good idea. Dark Lord, that's more experience needed. Spirituality and Penitent 1 are both decent, it sounds like. There's certain amounts of powers available to some people and creatures from slight to certain. So basically you take less damage from stuff with spirituality. I think we're going to go spirituality. So we don't need as much health, we can have more brains. Yeah, we'll go this way. Select stuff. There we go. Okay, get ready for adventure. Great, your character is almost complete. Now double check the data and confirm your choices. The dome and as many source secrets await. See, so muscle, we're not very strong. Perception, okay. Guts, not too bad. Charisma's at 11. So that's good, I guess. Psyche, fortune, deafness, brains. So we're not stupid. These are all our different abilities. Secondary stats. Green, I'm guessing, is good. We get 18 skill points per level. It's 10 plus brain, so I get 18. Because the brains are 6. Oh, that doesn't make sense. 10 plus brains, shouldn't that be only 16? Okay, good. Let's go. Dome is an international project of unprecedented scale. I'll go so far as to say that humanity has come all this way to get exactly where we are now. War, slavery, genocide. All these efforts will pay off handsomely. Wait a moment. Bad phrasing. Cut that bit, will you? Interview with Cronus Foundation's Deputy Head of Public Relations. Conversations. Interacting with different characters is an important part of the game. Start a dialogue, click on the character, and if they are set to talk to you, a dialogue info will show up. From conversations, you can find out valuable information, stuff. So, all these new events going on. Okay, so which one? Oh, that's me there. Okay, so this is a thing.
The thin, pale young woman is sitting at the window, leaning against the illuminator. The glass is slightly fogged with her breath. She turns to you. Her shiny badge reads Tomoko Kimura, physiologist.
Voiced. Oh, thank you for the voice.
We've crossed the border. No way back now. Even traveling by the funicular wasn't so thrilling.
The white presses small hands to her blushing cheeks.
You were thinking, why have no children been born under the dome? I've got a working hypothesis, but I'm not ready to share it yet.
She says softly, as if answering a question you didn't ask.
I'm going to be reading out loud this stuff. Perception 5. Ask Kimura if she sees the dark stain on the outer surface of the dome.
Kimura peers through the glass in the direction you indicate.
Oh, that's the aircraft that crashed into the dome during the first expedition. I believe that's a wing fragment, and there's some white canvas. What do you think that is? Maybe a parachute?
The white shakes her head, bewildered.
I just can't believe it. It's all true. We're on our way to meet the future.
What she meant by we crossed the border.
Kimura shoots you a surprised look.
You're familiar with the details of the briefing, right? To put it simply, the dome is a selectively permeable environment.
The white draws an invisible hemisphere in the air.
Inorganic objects may exit the dome without difficulty, but any living creature dies if transported back to the outside world. That's why we're all stuck here for an indefinite period of time.
Fun. So this isn't responsible or able because our science is too low. Wonder aloud why things happen that way.
Kimura is eyeing the dome's mesh, glittering in the sunlight.
Supposedly, it's something to do with the atmospheric composition, but it's a weak theory. The difference of the air within the dome is so insignificant as to fall within the margin of error. Or to put it more simply, there is no difference.
She shoots a quick glance at the silver and lowers her voice.
I heard a rumor, or a conspiracy theory, that we can leave the dome at any time. We've simply been told we can't. If you ever decide to test this hypothesis, don't forget to leave me something in your will.
Okay, that's really low. Did you hear that? That was really low. Crank this up. Just the voice stuff was really low there. Let's see how this sounds. Events and dialogues, voiceover. Hopefully this is better. Oh, okay. Next.
A man with a mustache and a blue jumpsuit is standing at the window, studying the construction site below through the occasional break in the clouds. His badge reads Igor Patan, planner. The blue taps on the glass with one finger and gestures you to come and take a look. Seems like he doesn't speak English.
Influence 20. Talk to him.
Using sign language, mimicry, and all of your artistic talent, you're able to communicate with the planner. Once he's sure you're watching, Patanin points up in the direction of Spire Station, from which you departed a few minutes ago. He sketches the outline of the station on a broad, foggy section of glass. Once he's finished, the Blue turns to you with a delighted expression.
It's about the station's dimensions.
The Blue begins to mark up his diagram with a series of footnotes and numbers. Turns out the station's ring diameter is a bit more than 1,500 meters. Its height above the dome is 317 meters. And the total height of the spire, including the loading docks, is nearly 720 meters.
Oh, okay.
With a series of confident strokes, the planner delineates the capsule's movement scheme, drivetrain, and massive hydraulic brakes on the glass.
Question about the purpose of the station.
This time, Igor is quite laconic. He pauses, then confidently writes cargo and personnel in block letters, and draws an arrow pointing downward. Beside it, he writes relics, and draws an arrow pointing up. His R is turned back to front.
Thank you for the lecture.
The engineer stops you with a gesture, and after rummaging through his pockets, offers you a small candy. There is a picture of a crayfish on the white wrapper. Is this candy crayfish flavored?
Yeah, thank you for the candy in your mouth.
It's surprisingly spongy and tooth-achingly sweet. You can only wonder what it has to do with crayfish.
Okay, status effects. Various actions, such as eating food or taking medicines, may impose certain status effects on you. They can last for different times and be positive or negative. Some attacks and abilities also apply status stuff. So, kind of similar to Fallout so far as everything, so that the way it's going right now.
A guy wearing thick spectacles thrusts out a sweaty hand.
Monty James, Silverwing.
He glances down at your badge.
Ah, it's you. I found your file extremely interesting, and your CV wonderful. Inspiring, really. When I had the opportunity to look over the files of my future colleagues, I couldn't resist. I don't want to sound boastful, but silver level clearance has its advantages.
Monty winks.
That's what he saw in my file.
Monty makes a ring with his thumb and forefinger.
You were number 63,784 on the waiting list, but you were lucky enough to get into the dome after only 16 months. Besides that, zero, nada, absolutely nothing. You're a dark horse for both the Foundation and myself. How exactly did you end up in this wing?
Well, got this coat. Shrug. Salary is good. You're here for the money. Tell him you're no stranger to the corporate spirit and want to be part of the most important company in the world. Admit that you enjoy the sense of power. I'm going to go to number 2.
The Silver nods eagerly.
Important indeed, and by a wide margin. The entire board of directors has been on the Forbes list for a long time. Maybe you and I will be there too one day.
An uncomfortable silence rises between you, and Monty abruptly changes the subject. He taps the narrow illuminator panel with one finger.
Look, there's a storm rising. The lightning is strange. Green. Should lightning be green?
Nope.
This is my first sandstorm.
Say that since you're a silver, you would like to review the others' employees' files.
James spreads his arms regretfully.
You misunderstood. I don't carry the physical copies with me, but I did get a chance to familiarize myself with them. Ask away.
Ask about the White Wing employee.
Monty presses his plump hands to his chest, as if in prayer.
Tamako Kimura from Osaka, a physiologist. She's young, but already has a PhD.
James moves so close, his lips are all but brushing your ear.
Just between you, me, and that lamppost, Kimura has an older sister, Ayaki. She's currently in jail, and Tamako herself spent 2 years in prison, but that is strictly classified.
Shh, obviously it's not that classified. Blue Wing.
The Silver smiles and pats the Blue on the shoulder. As the man turns to him, Monty raises his fist in some kind of a weird salute.
Gagarin, Sputnik, Cosmos, Mir, Druzhba, Krasin, SSSR.
He says in Russian. The Blue's mustache twitches and his face wrinkles with a beaming smile.
Comrade Patanin is from the Soviet Union. He's a highly qualified construction engineer. Took part in planning the Spire. He's no spy. Supposedly.
Monty explains, turning to you.
Okay, Blackwing
Elsa
guy.
Olofsson, police captain, City of Stockholm. Former captain, to be precise. Dismissed from service because of a conflicting article. Yeah, conflicting. Let's call it that.
The Silver says in hushed tones. The Black gives him an unpleasant look, but says nothing.
Orange.
This is,
Monty adjusts his glasses and peers closely at the Orange's badge.
Quentin Bisley. Grand Theft Auto 3 times and 1 B&E. He was about to go down for 12 years, so he filed for the Clean Slate program. And look at that. They accepted him right away.
The Silver shakes his head in disapproval and perplexity.
Smart himself.
Sorry, classified.
Monty laughs. He's plainly flattered by your question.
Harvard. Then I worked in the economics department at Supercolor. They produced a special television model for commuter buses. Did you know that? That was my research.
We're still learning, Tubby. We did the character creation, and now we're in some type of elevator or something, and we're just talking to the other people in the car.
What else? Well, I like sports. Water aerobics is a sport, isn't it? I don't smoke and never eat after 6 p.m. Just saying, these kinds of things aren't in the file.
So saying, Monty abruptly falls silent.
Okay. This is you? No, that wasn't me talking. I'm that guy right there in the middle with the bald head. We were just talking to this guy right here. So, the colors for the uniforms basically represents what kind of job they do.
The Orange is dressed in a new jumpsuit. The shiny badge on his chest reads, Quentin Bisley, laborer. He's side-eyeing the screen skeptically. Despite his tired, grim expression, his gaze is open and friendly. However, the general impression is unmistakable. There's something frightening about Bisley.
Just get my hair, I did up in prison.
The Orange's face stretches into a broad smile, bearing his dentures to the world.
Like everyone, duh. In a black car, under guard. There's other guys, too. The ones who go through the front door.
He nods at the Blackwing woman beside him. Her nose wrinkles in displeasure, but she says nothing.
Boss fight.
Tubby, did you hear that? There is a boss fight starting. I heard the squirrel is looking for you.
Quentin raises his hands to examine the devices.
They call them humane handcuffs. How about that? Truth is, there ain't nothing humane about them. They zap you real hard the moment you get your hands on a gun. But they sure look nice.
Bisley lowers his hands again and smirks. A tall woman is watching an ad playing on the monitor, arms crossed. The polished to a shine badge on her black overalls reads, Elsa Olofsson, Security Service. She glances at you and offers her hand in a businesslike manner.
Greetings. Please take all necessary precautions. By that I mean, don't turn your back on him.
Elsa nods at the Orange.
He's so dangerous about him.
Olofsson eyes your silvery jumpsuit and snorts.
Really? I thought you'd be the one to tell me about it. After all, your department has access to all the orders and personal files.
I'm thrilled that this is so voiced. This is awesome.
Her gaze shifts to the Silver standing opposite and then back to you before she turns indignantly to the window.
As a streamer, this is huge. I don't think people understand how huge this is to have a fully voiced game. Soaring, say there's no need to keep the Orange handcuffed.
Elsa's eyes spark angrily.
Are you saying you will take full responsibility for the possible consequences of that order? Was that a nod? Does that mean yes?
Hey, Jeff, welcome back.
Olafson turns to the orange, produces a key, and unlocks his cuffs.
Aren't your legs getting stiff?
Well-practiced motion.
You haven't moved in quite a while. Stretch, damn it, you ignorant meatbag.
Go, Ogre. Kill them all, Ogre. Kill them all. Okay, I believe this is the last person we need to talk to. Oh, no, we already talked to Igor. Okay, F5 is quick save.
Stopping by the door's porthole, you watch as the ground slowly approaches. It looks brown-black through the tinted glass and smoky blue at the horizon. It almost seems like the clouds are pulling apart there. You can discern the regular pattern of a settlement in the mists, hanging over the northern section. If this is the city, it's nowhere near as miraculous as the brochure. Just a few concrete buildings surrounded by sheds. It resembles the hab pods of a space colony in a sci-fi film. Yet, the scale is impressive. In only 5 years, a small civilization has arisen from these bleak sands to tackle mankind's greatest project. The blues and oranges did their share of the physical labor, but the main credit belongs to the brilliant administrators from Silverwing. At least, that's what you were told during the pre-departure briefing. Just as you're about to move away from the window, you notice a whirlwind beginning to form above the ochre plain. The gathering storm drifts unhurriedly above the desert, a crown of green lightning flashing at its core. Clearly no ordinary weather phenomenon. It must be one of those anomalies. You freeze by the window, unable to avert your gaze.
Step for your tiptoes and try to make out the buildings down below. Stay that way until landing. Stay where you are. Trying to see if you can spot the mysterious four farther structures until landing. Stay at the window and watch the whirlwind until landing. Join the other group members. Structures.
The outlines of the landing site, blurred by clouds of dust, appear behind the greenish glass of the porthole. The capsule shudders as the braking devices engage.
I think the reading speed is to make it a little bit more dramatic, I guess? I don't know. Pick a path book? Not yet. No, not yet. This is the end of the Cold War. The world economy now revolves around the Dome and the study of its technologies. An effort shared among many nations, both capitalist and socialist. The world can rest easy. There will be no nuclear apocalypse, only collaboration and interest of all mankind. Pravda newspaper article. Okay, so here we are. Camera control. We don't care about this. Look, zoom in, zoom out, rotate. We're set. The phone game thingy. The eugenics project.
Come here. Come on now, or you'll miss everything.
A cheerful man in a white lab coat grabs you by the sleeve. A badge reading Ludovico Nuzzi, scientific analyst, export department, dangles loosely on his clean uniform, which still smells pungently of washing powder.
Look over there.
He points upward with a sharp, wide gesture and hands you his field binoculars.
See what he's looking at.
You raise the binoculars to your eyes. Under fourfold magnification, the whirling cloud above the rust-colored plains looks even stranger. Its core glows with flickering green light and flashes rhythmically, and that rhythm seems to form a complicated pattern. Nuzzi bends close to your ear.
Fascinating. Do you want me to bring some filters? If we intercept the red and blue spectrums, we'll see something amazing. It's like a signal some kind of message.
Ask him what is precisely what you're looking at.
I don't know.
Ludovico laughs unnervingly and snatches the binoculars from your hands. With the binoculars raised to his eyes, he minutely adjusts the focus.
It's a massive whirlwind north of Concord, and not merely some desert sandstorm. That's an anomaly. I hope it lasts long enough for me to make a proper observation.
Ask him what scientific and analyst export department means.
The scientist looks blankly at you, then down at his lab coat.
Ah, this? This?
He lets out a blaring laugh. Ludovico points at the building behind him.
I work in Concord Station, categorizing relics. My job is to classify them by rarity. Then the blues package them, silvers issue the documentation, and oranges move them to the cargo capsule. Just like the one you arrived in.
Nazi points upward.
Then the capsule takes the relics way up there, all the way to the spire, then to Crystal Sands by the funicular. They get auctioned off and turned into money. It's not like I endorse this, but we all like ourselves a good paycheck, right?
He offers you his binoculars once again.
Do you want to have a look at the spire? It's amazing. But then, you can look at the spire anytime. Now that sandstorm, that's what's truly amazing.
Do I have refer link? I didn't even look. Tubby. Let me check real quick. I don't have one right now. Let me check, see if it's on where I normally do my stuff lately. Dun, dun, dun. Just a second. Oh, not there. Here, there's that. Through Humble Bundle. It's not on sale right now, though. But if you have Humble Monthly, it's 20% off. I was kind of hoping it was going to be on Nexus, but it's not there yet. Dun, dun, dun. Just a second. Okay. So yeah, sadly. Well, not sad. I didn't even think about looking for one before. I need
Nazi
to go.
looks from you to the capsule and to the landing terminal entrance. He flings his arms up.
Oh, mi scusi. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. You'd better get going or you'll be late for check-in. Your colleagues are already inside, and the storm is growing stronger.
He's got the best English accent for somebody who's supposed to be an Italian ever.
Yeah, the storm is growing stronger.
The White mutters in fascination, eyes glued to his binoculars, which is fixed on the spinning whirl of clouds.
He sounds Italian? Only when he said he spoke Italian, otherwise he sounds perfectly like an American to me. What are these fantasies called? Whatever these fantasists call the Dome, an alien colony ship, gift to humanity from another world, the remnants of Atlantis, a prison for dark forces, a magical laboratory of the ancient Egyptians. Personally, I think the definition doesn't matter. What are we going to do with it? That's what matters. The universe talks broadcast. That pod people. By RD, yes. Dum, dum, dum. Quest. Throughout the game, you will perform various tasks, some of which lead you through the story, as well as others that reveal different aspects of the life under the dome. You can always find the last status and read the details in the data section. L key. You mean that?
Hello everyone. My name is Veronica and welcome to Gimpy's Twitch channel. If you are enjoying what you are watching, please click the follow button in the lower right corner of the video screen. That way you will be notified by Twitch when Gimpy goes live. You can also follow Gimpy over on Twitter at GimpyKnee. He tweets out there when he goes live and will more than likely follow you back. Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching. Happy Tuesday. So this part isn't voiced. Young Blue is closely studying a communication schematic in his Keras. A bundle of wires is hanging from an open fuse box nearby. He smells strongly of cheap cigarettes. His shiny badge says, oh, damn, names. Communications engineer.
How can I help?
No. He looks away from his screen, offering you a hand. What's he doing? He taps lightly on the screen. Trying to calculate the optimal route for telecommunication cables. These cables connect the entire dome. Here at Concord, they form a hub and run up to the spire. His face turns very serious. This cable is the only thing connecting the dome to civilization, and if it happens to break, I hope you people are happy, because I have to read this stuff. The engineer looks at you meaningfully. Therefore, my mission is to ensure a stable connection and secure line, which is impossible without proper documentation. The way they're doing it here is a shame. A person could do time for what the back where I'm from. Dun, dun, dun. I can't do accents. I'm lucky I can do an American accent, Tubby. Say that you don't see the point of his complaint. Cronus was created an impressive communication system indeed. Ask what about it is a shame in his opinion. He assumes a disapproving expression. The cables are laid improperly and various factors are negatively affecting the signal strength. Wild animals damage the equipment as well. With the developed professional culture and quality control system, most of these problems could be solved in short order. What animals is he talking about? He looks around and lowers his voice. They don't tell you new ones much. I suppose it's because of some security order, but in my opinion, this whole thing reeks of sabotage, and in theory, some Silvers should be imprisoned for that. I'm a Silver, by the way. Sorry, I got distracted. You were asking about animals? Wolpers. Huge, bald shrews. Very unpleasant creatures. Can I help you with anything else? He adjusts his collar. His opinion of Concord. He tugs at his blue collar, cutting into his neck. The idea itself is impressive, but the execution suffered some failures. It's obvious the capitalistic system is obsolete and cannot support such grand-scale projects. Say you've learned everything you wanted to know and won't be bothering him anymore. He bids you farewell with a firm handshake. Thank you for understanding. I'm not used to getting distracted and sloppy, especially on such an important issue. He returns to the calculations on his Keras screen. Silver is...
See ya.
Well... Silver. Did it say? Perk stats... Inventory data... Reputation... Reputation was Silver one. Oh, so we have different factions we have to worry about there. Map, dome. That doesn't help me. I was kind of hoping there was going to have something here that tells us what a Silver actually is. Data. Says a loyal and loyal to the Silvers. Basically, each color is a different faction of the government. Or society, whatever. Reds are basically... So, sorry, not red, it was orange. Orange was basically a criminal, or ex-criminal. Black was security. Blue was some type of builder type person. White is, I think, supposed to be medical or science. And then silver is, I guess administration might be accurate. But I have psionic powers. But I don't... Well, sorry, as a silver wing, I get bonuses to psionic stuff, I think. Character. That's our point. So combat, we went with psionics because reasons. Oh, we got that already? Okay. Save AP. Secondary stats. So where's our primary stuff? Encumbrance, radiation. So it doesn't show my stats anymore. Like body and brains and all this other fun stuff. This related to something else. So it's not showing our actual stats anymore. This is a different way of getting there. I didn't even look at the buttons. Scan, bolt throwing, digging, force, first aid, fist punch. Huh. Guess I should work our way through the tutorial here, huh? Management and psionics. They get bonus to charisma, leadership, and psionic abilities. Right. Welcome to the stream, Freight Boy. I was just trying to find it on the character sheet, though. Oh, this looks like a restroom. I don't think we need to use that right now. We haven't been here that long.
Hello, come up to the desk, please. I'll register you.
Okay.
A tall receptionist watches you from behind his desk with a bored, haughty look. He waves impatiently at you to approach. Noticing your silvery uniform, he offers up his best artificial smile.
Welcome. My name's Dean Rayhet. It's my job to help our new employees settle in. Please wait a moment or two while I register you.
The administrator slaps himself on the forehead.
Ah, I almost forgot the regulation pre-registration greeting. Just a second.
Rayhet produces a reel-to-reel tape recorder from beneath the desk, rewinds the tape to the beginning, and presses play. The speakers explode with a harsh, crackling sound, over which the tick-tick of a metronome slowly grows louder. Solemn music begins to play, and the administrator's face takes on a serious expression.
Dear employee, on behalf of the Cronus Foundation, I, Administrator Dean Rayhet, welcome you to your new life under the dome.
The administrator clears his throat and continues.
By joining our company, you choose the path of science and progress. You are among mankind's best, and we ask that you live up to this.
Dean squints down at the monitor.
Deserve this title. Do your job honestly. Obey the law. Respect your colleagues and...
The music fades, and the administrator finishes his speech.
And together we will build the best possible future for all mankind.
Thought he was going to say something about cats.
Dean puts the tape recorder away.
Now that we're done with the official greeting, I'll register you and upgrade your Selectron. Okay?
Say you're ready and begin the registration. Look around. Ask him what you should do after it.
Dean's hands hover over the keyboard. He gives you a nod.
Dictate your information to him. Pass him a note upon which you've written your information in advance.
The administrator squints at the paper in his outstretched hand before setting it next to the keyboard and entering the information into the database. Rayhet scans the computer screen.
So your position in the waiting list was 63,784. You've been assigned to Magellan Station. A special bus will bring you there after a series of briefings. Please pass me your Selectron so I can update the firmware.
Dean snaps the docking port of your pass to a recess in the casing of his computer. The administrator returns your Selectron.
So, colleague, you now have first-level clearance, which gives you access to the archives on the administrative level, the warehouses, and basically everywhere else except the secure facilities. You also have admin privileges at most terminals.
Dean continues.
All new employees have a short list of tasks to perform on arrival. Do you want to hear all the details or just the short version?
I'm going to make him work for his money.
Rayhet nods and points at the ceiling.
First, you need a set of combat gear. Talk to Sidney Maynard. He'll give you everything.
Dean extends his second finger.
Second, weapons. Ms. Margarita Takachenko is the clerk at the armory. After she dispenses your firearm, you'll need to head to the training zone for a brief weapons handling exam.
Uh-oh.
The administrator straightens his third finger.
According to the latest regulations, all employees must attend a briefing on psi abilities. Apply to instructor Andriy Mihai.
Dean extends his fourth finger and looks at you meaningfully.
Did I tell you about the combat and tactical training? The fourth step is to visit instructor Winston Botherby. And finally, science is the overarching purpose behind everything we do here. Go to Professor Van Alden to learn how to study relics, avoid anomalies, and catalog scientific knowledge. This training is mandatory for all wings, not just White.
Dean finishes. Dean catches himself.
Oh, and when you're done with your trainings, proceed to the waiting room. From there, you'll travel to Magellan by bus.
Repeat. That's everything crystal
The
clear.
administrator looks up at you again.
That is all.
He reaches for the tape recorder, but thinks better of it.
Protocol calls for a little welcoming preamble, but dash it all, that's nonsense. Welcome to Concord Station.
Thank you.
As he's about to turn away, Dean suddenly remembers something.
Oh yes, I sent your mail to your Kairos. Check your new messages. Well, that's all, I think.
Kairos. Okay, that's how it's pronounced. Kairos Mail. Messages sent to you by various game characters are stored in the messages section of every Kairos. Messages from some employees' computers also end up there. All new messages are in the inbox tab, and after reading it, are moved over to the archive tab. So how do we read our emails? Can you tell us? Inventory, craft, quest, character, scan, bolt throwing, digging, force, first aid. So which one is the Kairos? Oh, stealth. Gonna call security now, you goddamn ninja. Look, it's a TV. Current propaganda videos are playing on every channel. Well, that sounds fun. Electrical equipment. Why wouldn't we take it? Anna Leroy. Apparently I'm not stealing, so... Oh, I was looking through the wall. Roof, or not wall, ceiling. Floor. That's called the floor.
Good day.
You see a slim, cheek bony silver woman with a red warning lamp in her hands. On the lapel of her perfectly ironed suit is a badge that says Anna Leroy, Administrator. The girl waves her lamp in the air, trying to attract some attention. Valued employees, according to the Administrative Order of September 14th, 1976, the waiting area may be accessed through the regular staff corridor. Please be advised that this rule does not apply to newly arrived employees. She pauses and begins to cough. Shit, I should cut down on the smokes. Good day, new employee. The silver nods like she's depressed. She seems to have just noticed you. Can I go through the hall to the waiting room? She gives you a gentle poke on the chest with her warning lamp, forcing you to take a step back. Am I speaking gibberish or what? This rule does not apply to newbies. You need to go through training and something, something, something. She begins to cough. Would you like a cigarette? But you don't need training because you know everything already. I don't know everything already. So, I wish I knew everything already. That would be funny.
Behind the storage counter, you see a small, neat guy. His gingery hair shines with something like brilliantine. His badge says, Sidney Maynard, storekeeper. The silver perks up at your approach. A thick logbook appears at once from under the counter. Sydney puts on thick glasses that seem to age him 5 decades in an instant and studies the lined pages. The silver finally stops and pins down a particular page with his finger.
Now, this is your first uniform requisition, right? You can also purchase any equipment you need for the desert directly from me.
Maynard adjusts his glasses in a businesslike manner.
And before I give you the uniform, please listen to these short instructions.
Of course I'm listening.
Sydney fiddles with his hairstyle.
So, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Life under the dome can be dangerous. You may get shot, spill acid on yourself, get electrocuted, or suffer the effects of a dangerous anomaly. You may also freeze to death or get fried. That's why it's important to wear protective equipment when traveling outdoors. Of course, in hazardous situations, the equipment will get damaged, and the more it's damaged, the more often one has to repair it.
The silver steps back from his counter to indicate the repair kit boxes piled in the back of the warehouse. He points back at the shelves behind him.
We've got repair kits for this gear. There are Blue Wing specialists ready to help you at any large base, of course, but they're not always available, so you'd better learn how to use repair kits and workbenches on your own. It's a useful skill.
Sydney rests the logbook on the desk.
That's all the instructions. Now, I'm going to issue your uniform.
The silver disappears into the back for a while and returns with a small package. Unfolding the package, Maynard shows you a brand spanking new uniform. A silver suit jacket with coal-black shirt and dark trousers. Sydney studies the way the light reflects from the cloth as he lovingly smooths the jacket with one hand.
The Silver Wing uniform is fit for field conditions, just in case. But something this fine, you should treat with care, you know.
He raises a finger.
One more important thing. In accordance with Order 16-225, helmets and gloves are not issued, but they're available for purchase from me. Please bear in mind that a full set includes headgear or a mask, jacket, trousers, gloves, and boots.
Sydney hands you the package.
Here's your uniform. Enjoy.
What's your deal?
Sydney adjusts his glasses.
Sure,
Straight.
I'll show you what we've got. You know, we're pretty well stocked here in Concord. Take a look.
Sydney scribbles something in his logbook.
Please come back anytime if you need something.
So, backpack. How rich am I to start off with? I got 440 credits or whatever these things are supposed to be. Hey, Desperator, welcome back. Yes. So, a backpack. Simple backpack with thick course. This backpack has all the necessities, but none of the extras. Super color compact glasses. So, what did they give me? So, we looted this person. Did I? Yeah, I think I pulled us out of the crate, didn't I? Two shoes, pants, a jacket, some money. So they didn't give me a whole lot of crap here. They just gave me an outfit. They didn't really give me anything, did they? Matey's lab belt. Capacious backpack, 400. Some beans. Oh, they didn't give us any food, did they? Didn't have to sit through a new employee. Oh, we still have to do that. We're in the process. Worker's bell. A 96% non-combustible synthetic materials equipped with convenient relic mounts. Don't know what that's supposed to be for. I think I should buy a backpack. Probably a shovel, too. Respirator might not be a horrible idea. Simple respirator, predecessor of the Delver K2. A lack of eye protection is the main disadvantage of this model. Nevertheless, it protects well against dust and inhalation of poisonous gases. So I was thinking. Night Watch cap. Blah, too tight for others, a huge bunch of university belongs to you. May find cap that one. Okay, so take that. Oh, we got a discount. Do we? We got a discount there, Ray, looks like. Gas mask. Probably not a bad idea to get a shovel.
Attention, attention. Please handle relics
Food
carefully.
might be good too.
In case of
Just
damage,
saying.
Your life will be forfeit.
Oh, that's all our money, but
It's
Climb.
that time again. Drink some water to keep that brain moist.
ah, okay. It's a weird system there. Boss fight.
Tubby, did you hear that? There is a boss fight starting. I heard the squirrel is looking for you.
So this is a cool little outfit. Oh, we got shoes even. Aren't we stylish? Backpack doesn't show up though. Apparently that's something we can just put up there. It's a personal teleporting device based on the forefathers' technology known as quantum mirror. Converts any target within a 10-meter radius into a stream of light particles and transports it to any port within a specified radius. He looks just like me. Yes, just like me. Identically like me. It's just crazy how much he looks like me. Silver Wing Selectron. It's a key for doors and stuff. Scanner. Portable device for scanning relics, dead bodies, mechanism, and other favorite toys of the White Wing. And the main means of obtaining valuable scientific data in the world. Something we don't actually equip, apparently. It's all red, so. Okay. I have brown shoes in real life, however. No, actually I have black shoes in real life. My shoes are very much black in real life.
Urgent, Mr. Krachkov.
Katarzyna, did you mark it as Class 1 again, instead of 2? Look, here's the scanner data. It says the relic is a scientific device.
And Piranha killed somebody. Good job, Piranha. Hey, healers, welcome back. There's hunger? Apparently there is.
You may violate protocol, as long as it benefits the company.
Moving between locations. Game world is vast and divided into many separate locations, some of which may be temporarily inaccessible. Transitions between locations,
I'll
blah
complain to the
stuff.
Silvers about that idiot. They'll take the appropriate measures. I hate...
An engineer in a bright blue jacket is tinkering with the door lock, cursing under his breath non-stop. Blowing a curly strand of hair off his forehead, he turns to you.
You're a newcomer, right? It's a straight-up open house here today.
He offers you his hand. According to his badge, this is Maxim Penkovsky, technician. The technician slaps the door with one hand.
You have to wait until I'm done. Some orange jammed up the lock with chewing gum just for a laugh. They're like animals, those oranges, marking their territory. If you ask me, they're too gracious about those bastards in Crystal Sands.
Can you open the door?
Penkovsky grunts angrily.
I wish I could. I'm gonna have to disassemble, clean, and reassemble it to get it working. It's work I don't need, and all thanks to some idiot.
Maxime extracts a thin, sharp, precision probe from behind his ear and dangles it in front of you.
Though there's another way. You want to learn something about picking locks? It's a useful skill in all sorts of situations.
He looks at you expectantly.
Well, if you'd like to learn how to pick locks, yes, I would.
The blues getting excited.
All right, looky here.
Penkovsky presses his pick lock, and an odd device resembling a hybrid of a screwdriver and a can opener into your hand.
Using a mechanical pick lock is easy peasy. No special skill required. They wear out after a few locks. While the old-fashioned kind is another thing entirely. Cheap, one use. but one has to know how to use it right. That's a tool for a master.
Maxime takes out another pick lock and crouches by the door. He gives you a quick lesson on how to pick a lock.
By the way, you can carry your tools in your belt. It's much handier to have them right there.
Penkovsky shows you his utility belt, where he keeps all kinds of tools and gadgets.
Actually, finding tools under the dome is no problem at all. There are even devices for hacking terminals and so on.
Maxime hoists up his belt. The blue solemnly raises his index finger.
And one more thing. Always use brand name stuff if you can. Groovy produces good kits. Modus and Supercolor do too. They've all got fat contracts with Cronus, so they care about quality.
He looks at the door again.
Damn these locks. Though I'd rather be doing this than fixing hab pods. Those are a real pain in the ass.
What's wrong with the hat pods?
Penkovsky gives you a patronizing look.
Because they're poorly made, warped from the heat, and the filters aren't worth a damn. The modules were constructed by marketing managers, not engineers. Building a city in the desert was also their idea. This project is all about PR. Cronus wants to show the world how tough they are.
Locks and lock, blah blah blah. Containers, fortunately, they can be unlocked. Use the right button on a locked door and select the desired ability from the list. Okay. Don't want to go through that?
Repeat, get a lockpick and attach it to your utility belt. And then, apply it to the door. Yes, apply is the proper word.
What belt? I don't have a belt. Over here. I don't have a belt. Oh. Use the door, examine, lockpicking, tool required, insufficient ability score, requires ability. Oh, so. Not my problem at the moment. Or maybe it is.
Well, you've got quite an aura. You're a natural, yes.
A lean silver with thick black hair and a huge cigar clamped in his teeth is sitting in front of you. As you approach, he flashes a sly grin and slowly raises an outstretched hand above the table. Something really weird happens. All the paper clips, pencils, scattered toothpicks, and bits of trash float up from the table and hang in the air. The silver badge reading Andrei Mihai, Science Instructor, floats up as well.
Show that you have skills as well.
You thrust your hand forward, and your outspread fingers emit barely visible sparks of energy. Pencils, paper clips, toothpicks, and pistachio shells dance chaotically in the air. The silver sticks out his lower lip as if to say, not bad, and gives you a thumbs up. The objects clatter back onto the table.
Here for the briefing, huh? Shall we get to it?
He takes the cigar out of his mouth and exhales a lush cloud of smoke. The silver props his elbows on the table.
Anyway, here's the deal. It's more profitable for people with a high psyche to study psionics. Give me your hand.
Not waiting for an answer, he grabs your hand with strong, dark fingers. He jerks his hand back at once, then touches you again, carefully and distrustfully.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You know you've got one hell of a talent, huh? Slimy little bastard, you. You want to take my office, I know. But you sure got some power there.
The silver takes a thin glove covered in talc from his desk and passes it to you.
Look, a glove, right? But it isn't just a glove. This is an ooh mama hold me tight glove. It takes energy from your noggin, your psyche, and pew, concentrates it.
He counts off on his fingers.
Learn psionics. Put on the glove. Transform energy into the necessary shape. That's the whole briefing. Simple? Simple. Now to your questions, huh?
Show me a trick.
You don't have to ask him twice. Mihai picks up a light bulb from the table, gripping the base in his hand. The filament begins to glow faintly. Soon enough, it comes to full heat and glows bright orange. In a little over a second, the bulb is shining with a steady white light. The silver laughs contentedly.
Tell you about psionics and its origins.
The silver takes a pull at his cigar and releases a self-important puff of smoke.
Psionics. It's a gift for all of us. The forefathers took off someplace. Poof, gone. Only the dome remains. And this. Psionics, huh?
He rocks back in his armchair, puffing on his cigar. The toothpicks again slowly rise up from the table. Mihai spreads his dark hands. Toothpicks hover around his head in a kind of halo.
Scientists say everyone has an organic skill called psyche. You have it, I have it, everyone has it, huh? Big psyche? You got talents. Small psyche? No talents. You'll need to carry a lighter all your life.
So, Psi Glove. There we go. Oh, interesting. So I guess that's I guess they'll teach us how to do this, right? What did it mean to having in different slots there? I'm guessing offhand, maybe it's a secondary weapon.
The smell of good tobacco wafts off this tall, portly woman from a meter away. A black lacquered pipe, an open logbook full of signatures, and a metal flip calendar sit on the counter in front of her. A small nameplate reads, Margarita Tkachenko. The woman fixes her coppery hair with one hand and casually lights her pipe.
To what do I owe the pleasure?
Her voice is deep and gravelly.
Not a lot of Russians here.
Margarita thumbs back a couple of pages in her logbook.
I see. This was your first receipt.
She glances at her Kairos, looks at you, snorts, and retreats to the shelves. Tkachenko returns a couple of minutes later, carrying something that looks more like a toy than a weapon. The weapon seems weightless as she spins it around her finger.
I ain't telling you shit about this thing, because that's exactly how much I know. Laser, schmazer, cadmium battery, fiberglass body, blah, 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 blah. You probably know more about it than I do. Here.
Set the firearm carefully with the barrel aimed downward like you were trained. In one hand, pointed at him and declared, "This is my turf now." Weapon and sling it over your shoulder. Say good with every weapon, with energy weapons, and something else. Oh, no good with energy weapons. Except the
Margarita drags on her pipe and releases a puff of thick yellow smoke.
I see you know the rules and won't cause problems.
Ask about the weapon's drawbacks.
Tkachenko bites down on the stem of her pipe.
Are you kidding me? I'm a different breed. One that doesn't understand toy guns. What if it turns out to be radioactive? Sorry, but I can't help you out on this one.
Okay, servicing the
The
weapon.
black regards the Andromeda suspiciously.
Fuck it. If it breaks, bring it back and I'll trade it in for another one. There was a little cloth in the box it came in for cleaning the lens. That's all I know.
Thank you,
The
relief.
armorer shrugs, puffing indifferently on her pipe.
It's the least I could do. We have a requisition list from the Silvers. For free, you receive only rubbish. If you want the real deal, check out the weaponry shop. Or me.
Leaning over the counter, the black points somewhere off to one side.
Now it's time for your training. Botherby is already waiting for you by the big gate. He's a bit dotty, but a good man nonetheless. But before the training zone, go see that wizard guy with his toothpicks. Be careful around him, though. Don't let him pitch you a line. Psychic my ass.
She winces in disgust.
Functional keys. Encased several modified keys that make your gameplay much more comfortable. Hold down Shift to view a more detailed tooltip for an item. Hold Control to attack characters and doors. Hold Alt to highlight interactive objects and objects lying on the lying around, or blah blah blah. So there's the Alt. We're supposed to go in here. Oh, that's locked.
Don't touch that door.
I just did. So...
And then, apply it to the door. Yes, apply is the proper word.
Penkovsky gives you an appraising look.
All right, you gonna pick that lock? Because if you're not, say so. I need to get going on these repairs. I repeat, get a lockpick and attach it to your utility belt. And then, apply it to the door.
I don't have a utility belt. Unless it's... Oh, it's down here. Oh, never mind. This is our utility belt.
Yes, apply is the proper word.
So, regular lockpicking required ability rank 15. This one doesn't matter.
I repeat, get a lockpick and attach it to your utility belt. You're doing great.
I didn't know this was a utility belt down here.
I'll keep working on this lock because of that orange. Hey-oh.
Welcome under the dome. An amazing excursion to a world of new technology and the riddles of an ancient civilization. Listen to this information, useful for all wings, and receive a colorful leaflet.
You see a tall scientist in a white lab coat, bathed in the dim lamplight. He almost appears to be hovering above the laboratory floor. The man turns at your footsteps. He's holding a paper clipboard and a pencil. His shimmering silver badge reads Sebastian Van Olden. He glances from you to the glittering watch on his wrist.
I want us to respect one another's time. Please speak loudly, clearly, and to the point. You must be the newcomer I was told about. Nice to meet you.
There wasn't a whole lot of choices on the portraits.
Finished with his unusual greeting, he offers you his thin hand.
You can say you're here for your briefing. Skip the greeting and ask him to train you as quickly as possible. Sure.
The amiability in Van Olden's eyes winks out like a light. He looks at you coldly, but calmly.
My instructions will take as long as I deem necessary. I lecture, you listen. Am I clear?
I'm ready to listen.
The scientist puts the clipboard aside, raises his watch for a closer look, and sets the timer. He shows you his watch dial.
According to the rules of this briefing, I have to touch on a large number of topics. Therefore, I will do so very briefly. Do not interrupt me. When I'm finished, I'll answer your questions. Within regulations, of course.
Sebastian produces his handheld and clicks some buttons.
I checked your scanner. It's working and is connected to the Minerva database. Everything you scan will earn you Kronos or Forefathers knowledge points.
The instructor watches you with displeasure.
Are you listening? Scan everything that might be of scientific interest. First of all, anomalies. They could be dangerous. Make sure to always have medication with you.
He places a canvas pouch in your hand.
This pouch is full of bolts. You can temporarily discharge an anomaly by throwing a bolt into it. It's primitive, but reliable.
Van Olden pushes a button on his stopwatch.
So, my oral briefing fell within the allotted span of time. Any questions you want to ask me?
Holy crap, that was brief. What's the Minerva database?
Sebastian snorts skeptically.
Oh, great. You're even ignorant of the basics. Minerva is a mainframe located at Magellan Base, where you'll be going soon, by the way. The Minerva disk stores the database containing every piece of information about the Dome and the company's employees. It is thanks to this scanning that the database is constantly updated. Are you ready for the second part of the briefing, or do you have any more questions?
The instructor looks at his chronometer again.
Repeats about how to scan objects, list of use medications for research and blah blah blah. How exactly you can discharge an anomaly with the bolts. Say that you have no more questions.
The scientist glances at his watch again.
You're within the time limit for questions. The next step is training in the artificial ecozone.
He rests one finger on the button in preparation to start the timer.
You're going to go downstairs and scan relics. I will be monitoring your progress. Please note there are several radioactive anomalies in the ecozone. These are the same conditions you'll be working in the field. Radioactive zones and relics are quite common under the dome.
He smoothly extracts a jar of yellow pills from his pocket.
Here's your Arad 3. And one more thing. Just a moment.
Is he gonna give me the good drugs? And why isn't his name Tubby?
Welcome Under the Dome, an amazing excursion to a world of new technology and the riddles of an ancient civilization. Listen to this information, useful for all wings, and receive a colorful leaflet.
Hey Gimpy, have you hydrated lately? If not, you really should.
The dome from the inside, with me, Victoria Legrand. As you can see, there
Did he just leave me here? Did he just leave me here? Or am I supposed to go talk to him? Because I don't really see a way of getting...
Welcome Under the Dome, an amazing excursion to a world of new
I think he just left me here.
riddles of an ancient civilization. Listen to this information, useful for all.
by a swimming pool, sipping a margarita. Please stand by for decontamination to end. But we aren't strangers to sci-fi here. The detail
Hey, douchebag. Yeah, you have the scanning ability. Perform a scanning, select the ability on the panel, then click the object that you want to scan. For each successful scan, you receive knowledge points. I don't think I'm scanning. Oh, I have to go in there? No, he's one around the dome. Okay.
Journal entry, a successful scanning attempt. You're doing all right so far. Go ahead. I'll keep an eye on you and make sure you don't screw it up.
Radiation? Uh-oh.
Journal entry, 2 objects scanned. And again, watch out for anomalies and you'll be injured. Toss a bolt at the anomaly to discharge it.
No. I guess we go back over here. This is kind of different, I guess. Secret discovered. Oh, look. I'm so good at my job. I think I brought that shovel. Digging. Oh, dust. Whatever that's good for. Scan this. Am I done yet? Receiving all kinds of radiation, apparently. Scan the 3 relics on the floor. I did.
Sebastian meets you on the platform.
Your finishing time is within the acceptable range.
He clicks the stopwatch button, fixing the result time.
What's he going to say next?
The scientist turns back to his notes.
Not bad. One question. You observed several anomalies while scanning. Why do you think they appeared? I'd like to hear your opinion.
Heard that you don't give a fig about the reasons. White Wing is putting a high value asset and manager in danger.
The scientist assumes a superior expression.
I knew you'd come up with something like that. I see you understand nothing about the nature of anomalies. So let me add a couple of points.
He glances at the shimmering blue light in the eco zone.
The truth is, we don't know the precise reason for these phenomenon either. We actually know nothing, no matter how much we try to convince ourselves otherwise.
Sebastian points a thin finger at the clustered lightning.
I personally believe that the anomalies are the dome's security mechanism. The ones you saw are relatively harmless, but there are different anomalies in the desert, phenomenon that toy with the human mind.
Van Olden clasps his hands behind his back.
I know you don't care, but I'll say it anyway. Scientists today are required to be wonder workers who can heal cancer with a wave of their hand and solve the secrets of the universe during their coffee break. For some reason, no one wants to understand that fundamental science is always an investment in the future. It produces no answers here and now.
The White's gaze strays back to his clipboard.
If something terrible happens under the dome one day, and I'm sure it will, science will protect no one. That is all. Off you go.
Well, he's helpful. Okay. Have Jupiter moon car? It's outside. Just looking around. Okay, looks like we're going out.
What if I told you that please stand by for decontamination to end?
Should I go talk to this guy? I mean, there's... Will they throw a fit if I walk in here is a question. Apparently not. Hey George, what's up? The White Wing employee is whispering something. His eyes lifted to the ceiling. He doesn't even notice you. His coat is covered with multicolored stains and paint splotches. Even his badge, reading George Zarens, is blotted with something pink.
Salutations.
Professor jerks his head up and squints nearsightedly. Yes, so you're looking for a scientific curator. You found him. I can exchange your scientific data for incentive rewards. Tell him you want to know about what forefather points reflected on the screen of your handheld are. He looks at you with extreme surprise. He's certainly good at this expression of absolute puzzlement. Shuffling his feet like an old man, he comes up to you. Are you not ashamed at your ignorance? This is a revolutionary program launched by the corporation. You should know these things. So you want to know all the details about this program. He proudly puffs out his chest. Well, you've come to the right place. I am one of its creators. This program was created to support and motivate explorers. The White takes a communicator from his pocket and turns its screen to face you. Numbers are appearing on the monitor. Apparently information about total uploads and volumes of transferred data. And it works perfectly. They come here and see the database, something they can scan the most. Sometimes they scan the most curious things, but not without a material incentive, of course. Here, look at this. Professor taps at the scanner lens with his crooked finger. You scan, you get a forefather's points and Cronus points. You take these points and exchange them for medicine, chemical agents, and everything else useful. Soon, a network of curators will be placed all over the dome. They'll reward explorers for their scientific data. I'm telling you made sense of it, and you want to exchange your points for something useful. He takes a perfectly clean K-wrist in a leather case of his pockets. Which points do we deduct? He asks while clicking buttons. Use Cronus points for exchange. As far as points. I don't have any points. Forefather points then. There we go. So, medical kit for 2 points. Algae on what? There's Arad, Red Forest, chemical agents. It doesn't tell me how many points I have, does it? You should be more diligent. You know what they say. None of the brave deserves the fair. What else can I do for you? No, that's it.
See ya.
Okay, so we buy stuff there.
An amazing excursion to a world of...
Please stand by for decontamination to end.
Ladies and gentlemen,
No.
this is
And receive
the
a colorful
dome from
leaflet.
the inside with me, Victoria LeGrand. As you can see, there are
Stubby Black's face brightens upon your arrival. Norman Potter is written on his badge. There's a plastic peace sign next to the badge in violation of regulations.
Oh, good day.
Hello, brother. Did you know that 2 out of 7 Cronus 8 employees die violently? The House of Kindness activists want to change that. He gives you his hand. He's sporting a couple of friendship bracelets. He slaps at his pockets. Alas, I don't have any more leaflets, but don't worry. I'll tell you about non-lethal weapons and how to defeat an opponent without killing them. Wonder why a hippie is serving in the Black Wing. It's my mission. I chose Black Wing to prove by example that military service without violence is possible. He proclaims theatrically, his hand on his peace sign. Non-lethal weapons. Very good. This will change your life, he smiles. When you arrive under the dome, you are issued weapons, but they never again explain that almost any kind of weapon can use non-lethal ammunition or attack methods. Non-lethal ammunition causes severe fatigue. After several attacks, the enemy may be knocked unconscious, he exclaims passionately. Non-lethal weapons include tasers, pepper spray, and tranquilizer darts. Can also be acquired under the dome. And there are martial arts techniques that only take the enemy out of action without killing. Remember the main thing. If you want to win without killing, you have to exhaust your opponent. But I have an ability to burn things. It's a house of kindness. This is our commune. We practice meditation, walk on coals, don't eat meat, and are trying to give up plastic. Yeah, good luck with that.
Have a good one.
Move away slowly and carefully. Oh, wait. I do have a gun, right? High-tech weapons. There's my gun. Oh, look at that. Oh, the thing does show up on my face. The gas mask. Nobody said a thing about me wearing a gas mask in here. There's our med kits. It's over there. Psi-shock, psi-confusion, space shift. I thought I had an ability to burn things. Just saying. Where is it?
This is Victoria Legrand.
Ah, this guy's supposed to teach me how to use weapons.
A middle-aged black is sitting behind the counter with his hands in his lap. The buttons and zippers on his uniform are polished to a shine, and even his badge, Winston Botherby, Instructor, has been buffed so much it hurts to look at it. Botherby frowns as you approach.
Your first act is being late for the briefing. Are you going to be late for your funeral as well?
Probably. Say that you wish to receive military training. Step to attention and report that you're here for your assignment and want to receive instructions.
The black looks you over.
Yes, I see the weapon received check mark. Looks like you are fully prepared to disappoint me. You are prepared, right, employee?
Tell him you're against violence. Say that you have a few things to do and return later. I'm prepared.
Botherby leans over the counter and directs you to the doors.
Behind this door is a combat simulation computer. Launch it and begin your course.
He raises his index finger.
The conditions in the training zone closely simulate those one would experience in the field. Your goal is to avoid getting lost and dying of dehydration. And try to aim the barrel away from yourself when shooting.
Pulling a notepad from his pocket, the instructor jots down your name.
Your goal is to hit 3 targets. I'm going to monitor you and advise as necessary. And try not to burst into tears. That's all.
Shout, sir, yes, sir, leave. I'm supposed to go in there? Or to go in there? Guess I'm going in here. Terminals. Throughout the game, you'll often have to interact with various computers. Terminals contain useful information, allow you to turn on disable mechanism. Okay. Before entering combat, make sure you're prepared. Check your and your companion's health. Move your weapons from inventory to the hand slots. Load your gun if necessary. Prepare medicine to counter health damage. Consider the sequence of your actions and the direction of your attack, or, well, just make a bloody mess. Finally, take glows from a small amber-colored screen. Welcome to the Sherman Holographic Combat Emulation System. Please select a program. Enter Alpha and initiate the Alpha Squad hologram. Picture slowly changes. Looking closely, you can see the lines being written one by one. Sherman System. Alpha Squad enters battle. Turn-based. Oh, it's turn-based combat. Okay. Encased with the whatever. Where's Gimpy's gun? Oh, so how do we? Oh, there we go. No, let's reload. It's already reloaded. Ah. There we go. Okay, I guess I'm shooting those things. Dun. And Piranha killed everybody. Good job, Piranha. Hey, stop shooting me. Guessing that's not cover. And almost every battle you're surrounded by interactive objects. Stuff. Round. Miss? He's not dying. He's not dying. The hologram's not dying. I'm so gonna die. Apparently I'm not in cover. Ow. Stop punching me. Oh, I can't swap stuff when I'm engaged like this? Die already. Target hit. Throwing these. You aren't completely hopeless. Yet. And boy. What was rigged? Did I hit him? Hey, Jaguar. Welcome back. Ow. Stop that. So, psionic stuff. Psi-shock. Psy-confusion. Phase shift. Teleports target within the room. Does not affect large targets. How about you?
Thrilling news. You aren't completely hopeless.
Enough action points. Well, makes him have to move towards me at least. So I teleport him away and he just keeps coming right back. It's almost dead. This is going well. Okay. Gonna zap him. Not of action points. So cover is not a thing here, or is this just? I'm going to use this block. Nope, we won. Shouldn't have, but I won. So I guess the question is, what's better, the laser gun or my psi abilities? So this damage is 7 to 9. That's 9 to 11, so that's better. Put you over there, so I don't have to worry about it so much. Look, I won.
Botherby nods grandly.
You made it through training without making a total fool of yourself. Congratulations. I'll send a report up the chain about your completely unanticipated success. You're dismissed.
He's such a great guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, This is the dome from the inside. With me, Victoria Legrand. As you can see...
Okay, beefy orange in a new jumpsuit is fiddling with the innards of a display board, closely watched by a supervisor. Frosted bulbs shine steadily through the mishmash of wires. He turns to look at you. His badge reads, Thorsten Dahl, laborer.
Good day.
He shifts awkwardly from foot to foot, hiding his huge hands in his pockets. Good afternoon. I wish you a pleasant stay at the Concord station. So, the supervisor standing nearby pats his back in response. Yes, that's right. Well done, Thorsten. You're making progress. Dahl cheers up and gives you a questioning look, as if expecting you to praise him for following instructions. Ask what he's doing. Ask him what advice he has for a newcomer. What are you doing? Labor points on to the mismatch of wires. Well, I'm changing light bulbs. The Blues have enough on their plate.
It is time to take a break.
Oh, damn. Thorsten is so modest. One day he'll
Your
be on.
next break is in 2 hours.
One day he'll be on the best employee list, right on that board. The black intervenes. The orange releases a heavy sigh and turns back to his work. Does he like it here? Well, it's warm, friendly staff, good food, job with good prospects. He begins, constantly glancing at the black standing close behind. Thorsten forces a smile, though his eyes are full of worry and sorrow. The administration takes good care of us. I like it here. The supervisor nods happily. Advice. He eyes you, your silver jumpsuit. Do you really need my advice? I thought it was you who gives advice to everyone under the dome. No offense. The black slaps him on the shoulder with her plump hand, displeased. Why don't you read the guidelines, Thorsten? You can't talk to silvers like that. As you turn to leave, Bertha jabs Thorsten in the ribs with her elbow. Dahl gives you a vinegary smile. I wish you a pleasant stay at the Concord station. Have a nice day. Is this early access? No, it is not. This is released. So.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the dome from the inside. With me, Victoria Legrand. As you can see, there are endless salt pans in the western region behind me. The sun reflects blindingly from the salt, and the air is as dry as a nun's gusset.
Okay, we're going to walk away from her for a second, and then I'm going to take a break. I can get up, stretch my legs, get some water, that kind of thing. I'll be back in a few minutes, and we'll leave you standing in front of the TV so you can watch that. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'll be back shortly.
But we aren't strangers to sci-fi here. The